12 business lessons and one secret, part 2. So last video we went through numbers 1 through 6. Today we're going to go through lessons 7 through 12. I'm Arthur Petropoulos, the managing partner here at Hillview Partners. We're a lower middle market mergers and acquisitions capital advisory firm, typically helping companies that generate $1 to $10 million in pre-tax profit either sell themselves or secure capital. And so, as we've mentioned in the last video, these are lessons we've picked up along the way in our 8 years of business. And as we're asked often by different people who communicate, what things have you picked up? What lessons have you really learned along the way? We thought it'd be a good idea to share these. And so, digging into that, lesson number 7 is that friction is what polishes gems. Right? There's the expression, what turns coal into diamonds, pressure and time. The same thing when you're polishing something, the shine comes from friction. And so when we say you're growing a business, when we are developing a business, there's going to be friction, there's going to be pain, there's going to be confrontation, adversarial situations with counterparties as you're trying to make deals happen, as you're trying to advocate for your clients, as you're trying to reach the best results. And sometimes all of that friction can feel like you are doing something wrong, but in reality, it's that friction that creates progress, right? So whether it's external friction, the choppy waters that you just need to learn how to sail better, or it's friction that just is a byproduct of the objectives you're trying to accomplish, it's good. It's the tearing of the micro tissue that creates muscle, right? That is the exercise similarly in business. Lesson number 8 is the idea of being present. And so oftentimes we're running around taking care of a million different things during the day, but we try to make a focus of wherever you are, be there. Whatever you're talking about, be talking about it. Whatever you're focusing on, focus on that thing. And that can shift, but to be one place thinking about another thing, to be talking about one thing, thinking about another thing, it just creates noise, it creates distraction, it doesn't create progress. And so we always say, be present. Whatever you're talking about, get it done, move to the next thing, and you can tackle as many things as you want, but be focused on the respective moment. Number 9 goes back to the friction idea. Be comfortable in the discomfort. Accept that pain is oftentimes the flavor of progress. And as someone once told me, everybody feels the same on a roller coaster. Some people just like it and some people don't. In a way, we try to acclimate ourselves in business to discomfort in the sense that sometimes we feel discomfort and we say, oh no, what's going wrong? But in reality, discomfort is whether you want to say God's testing you or that it's purely just the progress of yourself in business. I like to think it's a combination of both. But from our perspective, whenever we feel discomfort, we just try to relabel it and say, okay, something good must be happening here. Some progress, some test, some ability is being built, and it's important. Number 10, similarly, be comfortable with quiet. Be comfortable with the lack of action. Sometimes in this dopamine-charged world, every 5 seconds we have that's free, we start scrolling down Twitter or listening to a podcast about not listening to podcasts. And so, train the ability to focus. Read a book. Sit there in the quiet and stare at a wall, someone once told me. If you're in a line waiting for a coffee, try not to look at your phone. Little things that train focus ultimately allow more focus when it comes to business, more focus when it comes to dialogues, more focus when it comes to making lists of 12 things you've learned in business. Whatever the case may be, focus is a muscle just like anything else. And the more we train it, the better we get. Number 11, there's nothing new under the sun. What do we mean by this? And we don't mean to be negative or nihilistic, but in reality, there's not too much that's new that's happening. Or better said, everything has a historical context. The Twain quote, I believe, was, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. Going back to the Machiavelli's Prince, as we had mentioned in the video earlier this week, said it more eloquently, as I believe that all events have a replica in antiquity. That being that something similar has happened in the past. So be a student of history and you're unlikely to fall into the same traps. Look at other situations, look how other people have dealt with them, look at what worked, look at what didn't work, and model your behavior, or at least your best guess on those things, and you'll certainly be closer to landing the ball in the fairway, if you will, or moving in the direction that you would like to with the business. Finally, number 12 here, progress is compounding. Sometimes when growing a business, we say, okay, the business grew from $1 in sales to $2 in sales over this time. Well, if I repeat that over the next 50 years, it's only going to get to here. But in reality, business is like rolling a snowball. There's a compounding growth rate. And so if you said, instead of just notionally, well, we can go from 1 to 2, and now we're going to go from 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, think of it more from a percentage perspective. The business doubled in that time frame. If it doubles again in the next time frame, if it doubles again in the next time frame, and you'll have a much more exponential curve to the growth of a business. As Buffett said, one of the wonders of the world, compounding interest, will work similarly with the growth of a business. And so don't be discouraged. And we've had to do it ourselves and self-talk that our own way as we've grown along the years, is that the growth between year 1 and year 2 is not the same growth notionally in years 6 to 8. So if it doubles from 1 to 2 and it doubles from 2 to 4, if it doubles from 5 to 6 and it doubles from 7 to 8, you are many multiples higher. And so think of it from a percentage perspective as opposed to just a pure growth perspective of the business. Think of what the shape of the curve is, and are you growing at a quicker rate? And again, going back to the earlier video of understanding time frames, if you look at compounding interest or rolling that snowball, that every turn of the snowball picks up more snow than the last one because you have more surface area, growth of a business accelerates over time as well. And so that leads us to the secret of all of this. And so let's recap the 12 lessons that we've learned in business, and then we can dig into the final one, the reveal, if you will, here. And so lesson 1 is say no more often. Number 2, say no sooner. Number 3, don't turn bad into good, just find more good. 4, know your value proposal inside and out. 5, understand time horizons. 6, if you're going to make mistakes of ambition, not mistakes of laziness. 7, friction polishes gems. 8, be present. 9, be comfortable with discomfort. 10, similarly be comfortable in the quiet. Train your focus. 11, everything has a historical context. And 12, progress is compounding. So what is the secret? After a decade of us doing this, decade before that doing it in other capacities, the secret that we'll let you in on is that there are no secrets. Everything in life is effectively iterations. The secret is there's no secrets. Opportunity is there. It just looks like hard work because it is hard work. It's doing the unexceptional things exceptionally consistently for an exceptionally long period of time in an exceptionally solitary environment in a way that everybody's going to wonder what you're doing, and when it finally works, they might just say you got lucky. And this is what grows businesses. Do something right, do it well, do it over and over and over again. And in time it breeds success. And from all of the companies that we've worked with, from all of the wonderful executives, wonderful clients, brilliant people that we've worked with, while there's been brilliant ideas along the way, it's all about execution, it's all about consistency, it's all about commitment. So that's a thought for today. Hope the week continues to go well for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see you next time.